The construction of a vast number of new train stations in China over the past few years has been a necessary step in the expansion of the country's new high-speed rail network. It is easy to overlook the fact that a large number of impressive railway stations have been built and renovated despite the fact that the majority of attention is focused on recently opened lines and the train speeds along those lines. These stations range from single-line commuter stations to enormous city terminals. This video will introduce you to the largest train station in China, which has surprised people all over the world. Even while China has had a sizable railway network for a long time, the country's enormous train stations, which are roughly the size of stadiums, didn't come into existence until the previous decade, when the country began developing its high-speed rail system. Along with the incredible 22,000 kilometers of high-speed rail lines that have been completed, an enormous number of train stations that were specifically designed for this purpose have also been created. Due to the sheer scale of many of these railway stations, it is more accurate to compare them to airports. Many of these train stations are enormous. After completing renovations, the Beijing Fengtai train station, which can be found at Jing'an Avenue in the Fengtai district of southern Beijing in the People's Republic of China, is now ready to reopen to the public. The Fengtai station, which served both passenger and freight traffic when it was opened in 1898, was a very small facility. Prior to its closure to passengers in June 2010, the station offered passenger connections to Shanghai, Taiyuan, and Guangzhou. This was done to make room for the station's restoration and modernization. The reconstruction of the station began in September 2018 and lasted until April 2022, when it was finally finished. The refurbished station has a total area of 398,800 square meters, and it is considered to be the largest railway station in all of Asia, as well as one of the most important transit hubs in Beijing. It is able to accommodate up to 14,000 passengers at once. The Beijing Railway Station, Beijing North, Beijing South, Beijing East, Beijing West, and Xinghu are some of the other significant railway stations in Beijing, and the new station will be joining them soon. The new entrance to the capital city will be provided by this structure. The architectural plan for the Beijing Fengtai Railway Station. There are 352 steel pillars that make up the primary construction and framework of the train station. The station has been designed with a floating cruciform roof structure, and below it, a gray terracotta facade has been added in order to relate the contemporary building to the historic cityscape of Beijing. Large public squares can be found to the south and north of the area, while elevated tracks can be found to the east and west of the area. This gives the area an urban feel. The architecture of the station includes pedestrian traffic patterns as well as shopping sections. The Beijing Fengtai Railway Station has the following amenities. The new station is the first double-deck station in the country and serves both high-speed train operations as well as ordinary train operations. The station has a total of 7 stories and can be found between the West 3rd Ring Road and the West 4th Ring Road in Beijing. Of the 7 stories, 3 are located below ground, while the remaining 4 are located above ground. It consists of 17 stations and 32 train tracks in total. Intercity and suburban railway services are both going to be provided at the station. In addition to that, it will provide service to high-speed trains traveling on the lines connecting Beijing and Kowloon, Beijing and Guangzhou, and Beijing and Shijiazhuang. The convenience of the passengers is increased because of its connection to the metro lines 10 and 16. Additionally, as part of the renovation, 166 elevators and escalators were built throughout the building. In addition, there are auxiliary facilities at the station, such as a back-turning section and a passenger car service depot. The construction of the Beijing Fengtai Railway Station began in December 2018, with ground excavation operations as part of the rebuilding project, while structural work on the station began in April 2019. August 2020 marked the completion of construction on Phase 1 of the North District, as well as the Beijing-Guangzhou and Beijing-Shanghai lines of the conventional railway network. In April of 2021, completion was achieved for the structure that was part of the first phase of the Southern District, in addition to other significant aspects of the project. In May of 2021, the primary construction of the station was finished being capped. The activities involved the digging of 1.67 million square meters of earthwork and the pouring of 810,000 cubic meters of concrete. In addition to that, there was the installation of 190 T of steel structures and 140 T of steel bars as part of the project. After the completion of the main construction, the redesign and remodeling of the station began. Contractors involved in the project, the China Train Engineering Corporation, also known as CREC, is a state-owned company that oversaw the reconstruction of the Beijing Fengtai Railway Station. The elevators and escalators at the new station will be provided by Canny Elevator, a reputable elevator manufacturer based in China. This company was awarded the contract to supply the equipment. GMP, an architectural firm based in Germany, was responsible for the design of the station. The Jinghai Group, headquartered in China and operating as a steel manufacturer as well as a multinational conglomerate, was the supplier of steel for the main construction and frame of the station. Steel for the construction of the station was provided by HBIS Group, a steel manufacturer with headquarters in China. A low-voltage distribution solution for the station will be provided by AP, which was chosen for the job. The China Architecture Design and Studies Group was tasked with carrying out pedestrian simulation research in order to maximize the efficiency of the new station's design and construction processes. In order to prepare the pedestrian and simulation model, the Legion program developed by Bentley Systems was utilized. Congestion at the Beijing South and Beijing West railway stations will hopefully be alleviated with the completion of the Fengtai railway station. Connectivity to the Xinan new area as well as improved regional integration of Beijing, Tianjin, and Hebei will result from its construction. Additionally, it is anticipated that the project will reduce the amount of traffic congestion in northern Beijing. That's it for today. Make sure you hit the like and subscribe buttons before going. Thanks for watching.